Hello and welcome. I want to begin by acknowledging something extraordinary about you. The very fact that you're here right now listening to this message means you're not like everyone else. You may have heard this before, but I want to invite you to truly grasp its depth today. You are chosen. Now I know what you're probably thinking, chosen. What does that mean? What does that have to do with me? The answer is not as simple as you might expect. It's not about luck, fate, or mere chance. It's not about you finding this video at a random moment in time, nor is it about coincidence. This is something deeper, more profound. This is about bravery, but not the ordinary, everyday kind of bravery that we often think about when life is easy, when the road is clear. No, I'm talking about a kind of bravery that sets you apart, that makes you stand tall even when the weight of the world bears down upon you. You are chosen because you've demonstrated a courage that most people will never experience. You've walked through trials that would break the average person, trials that should have left you defeated, scarred, or worse. But instead, here you are, stronger, more resilient, unshaken in ways you may not even fully understand. You've gone through moments of fear and uncertainty, and yet you've continued to push forward. It's in these moments of hardship, of heartache, of confusion, when everything inside you tells you to give up, that you've proven yourself. You've done something so rare, so impactful, that it has caught the attention of forces beyond our comprehension. And no, I'm not just talking about the angels watching over you. I'm speaking about the very dark forces, the ones that have been operating in the shadows for millennia. And yes, even they have taken notice. Now, I don't say this lightly. In fact, I'm telling you this because I want you to understand something. The bravery you've demonstrated isn't common. It's not just another example of someone getting through a tough time. This is something that transcends normal human resilience. The kind of bravery you have shown has sent shockwaves through realms we can't even begin to comprehend. It has caught the attention of beings far older, far wiser, and far more powerful than anything we know on this earth. So let me ask you this. Have you ever stopped to think about why you're still here, still standing? Why in a world full of distractions, doubts, and endless struggles, you've managed to keep going while others have faltered? It's because of the bravery inside you. The kind of bravery that has been tested and proven in ways that most people will never understand. And that's exactly why I want you to stay with me for the next few minutes as we dive deeper into this incredible journey, because there's so much more to you than you might realize. You see, the universe, or whatever you may choose to believe in, has a way of making sure that those who possess this kind of bravery are never left to fight alone. That's why I'm here to tell you something extraordinary. You are being watched, but not in the way you might think. The angels, the spiritual guides, even those darker forces that try to tempt and destroy, they have all been observing your actions, your decisions, and your unwavering courage. And I'm here to tell you that what you've shown in the most difficult of moments has made you an unshakable force, one that can't be bought, one that can't be broken. You are chosen because in a world where fear can paralyze us, you've chosen to move forward anyway. When faced with the hardest decisions of your life, you've chosen the harder path, the one that isn't guaranteed, the one that doesn't promise comfort, but the one that aligns with your deepest truth. You've proven that fear does not hold the power it once had over you. And that's not something that happens every day. Now, before you dismiss this as just another motivational speech, let me share with you something deeper, something that you may not even realize yet about yourself. You've been part of a much grander story. From the moment you were born, there was a divine plan in motion, one that would call upon you to show the kind of bravery that would impact more than just your life. This isn't just about overcoming personal trials, it's about a much bigger picture. This bravery, your bravery, is something that is now being activated for something greater, something that will not only change your life, but the lives of others as well. So I invite you to take a deep breath and open your heart as we explore why your bravery is so much more than a personal trait. This is about understanding your true essence, your true purpose, and the divine calling that has been placed upon you. I'm about to reveal to you the hidden forces at play, the ones that have recognized you as a warrior of light, as someone capable of standing firm in the face of fear, of darkness, and of doubt. Your story is far from over. In fact, it's only just beginning. And the best part, you're not alone. You've been chosen to be a part of something much larger, something that will resonate through the spiritual realms and echo into eternity. Now, as we move forward in this journey, remember this. Every decision you've made, every moment of bravery you've shown has led you to this point. And what I'm about to share with you will completely transform the way you view yourself, your purpose, and the path that lies ahead. You are a chosen warrior, and this is your time to rise. The bravery that you possess is not just a mere reaction to life's difficulties. It's something much deeper, something innate, woven into the very fabric of your being. When you stand in the face of adversity, others may crumble, but you rise. You choose to move forward not because you're fearless, but because you know what it means to feel fear, and yet choose action anyway. This is where your story truly begins to separate itself from the millions of other lives that are lived on this planet. In a world full of distractions, compromises, and shortcuts, you've chosen a different path. The easy way has never appealed to you. You've seen the world for what it is, the chaos, the lies, the brokenness, and rather than run from it, you've chosen to confront it head on. While others may look for comfort or the quick fix, your bravery has always steered you toward the path of truth, even when that truth is difficult to face. This kind of courage, the kind that emerges in the moments when you are most alone, when no one is watching, when there is no applause, is not something that everyone can cultivate. In fact, most people spend their lives running from fear, masking it with distraction, substances, or superficial successes. But not you. You've faced the worst of what life has thrown at you, and while it has shaken you, it has never broken you. The most pivotal moments in your life weren't those when everything was going smoothly. No, it was those times when you felt utterly alone, when everything seemed to be crumbling, when the weight of the world seemed too much to bear. Those were the moments that defined you. Do you remember that time, maybe a few months ago, or even years ago, when you were faced with a choice? Perhaps it was a decision that kept you awake late into the night, wrestling with fear and doubt. There was no clear right answer, and yet you knew deep within you that you had to make a choice. You had to choose the hard path, the path that would hurt, the path that would test your very essence. While others might have chosen the easy way out, you didn't flinch. You chose to act. You see, that was the moment that started drawing attention. In the eyes of the unseen, you did the impossible. You chose bravery even when the odds were against you. In a world that teaches us to fear, to conform, to seek comfort above all else, you stood firm, and the forces of darkness who thrive on fear and chaos took notice. For them, fear is their greatest weapon. It's how they control people, how they paralyze them, how they manipulate them into making choices that keep them in bondage. Fear is the currency of the dark realms. It's how they keep you from fulfilling your true potential. And yet you've shown them that fear has no power over you. You've proven that you are the exception. When they unleashed their full arsenal to make you back down, to make you give up, you did the one thing they could never predict you pressed forward. Do you understand now why your bravery stands out? It's not just because you've been through hardship, but because you've learned to walk through that hardship without losing your integrity. You've learned to make decisions that are aligned with your deepest values, even when those decisions hurt. You've taken the road less traveled, and though it has been difficult, it has been the one that has shaped you into the person you are today. Your courage isn't the kind that comes from confidence or knowledge. It isn't about knowing everything, or being certain about the future. No, your bravery comes from something deeper. It comes from a place of trust, a trust that even when you don't know how things will turn out, you know what is right and you will do it regardless of the cost. This is the bravery that can't be faked. This is the kind of bravery that demons and angels alike can recognize. Now let's take a moment to reflect on what you've endured. Think about those long nights when fear gripped your heart, when doubt clouded your judgment, when you questioned whether it was worth it to keep going. And yet every time you made the decision to move forward, you chose bravery not because you didn't feel fear, but because you understood that fear doesn't control you. It doesn't define you. In those quiet moments when no one else was around to encourage you, you found the strength to keep going. This is the bravery that demons fear. They fear you because they know they cannot manipulate you with the same tools that work on others. They know that no matter how hard they try, no matter how many lies they whisper in your ear, they cannot make you surrender. This is why the forces of darkness have paid so much attention to you. They recognize your power, your resilience, your ability to stand firm in the face of fear. And for them, that is a direct threat. You've proven to them that they can no longer control you with fear. And that realization, that is something they cannot ignore. They've been watching you, studying you, trying to figure out how someone like you can remain unshaken in situations where anyone else would break. But here's the twist. What they don't realize is that this bravery you've shown, this unshakable courage, it's not something you've developed by accident. It's not just a product of your environment or your experiences. It's something you've always had inside you. You didn't just happen to become brave through your life experiences. No, you were born with it. You chose this path before you even took your first breath. You chose to be one of the rare souls who would walk through the hardest of trials and still emerge stronger. You volunteered to face the most difficult challenges because you knew that through them you would forge a strength that could not be undone. This bravery, the one that makes demons tremble and angels admire you, were born with it. It's part of your spiritual DNA. And now, as you begin to understand the depth of your courage, you will see how the forces of heaven and hell are aligning in a way you never imagined, all because you have chosen to be brave when the world told you to give up. The truth is, your journey is far from over. In fact, you've only just begun to tap into the power that lies dormant within you. This is your time to rise to fully embrace your true calling and to walk into your destiny as a warrior unlike any other. The road ahead will still have its challenges, but now you are not walking it alone. Now you're supported by divine forces that have recognized your strength and have come to stand beside you. The devil may have acknowledged your bravery, but it's time to show him and the world just what it means to be chosen. As we move forward, it's essential to grasp something monumental, the recognition that comes from your bravery, not just from divine beings, but from the very forces of darkness that haunt this world. The fact that the devil himself took notice of you is not something to be taken lightly. In fact, it marks a turning point in your spiritual journey, one that places you in the heart of an eternal struggle between light and darkness. When you made that brave decision, the one that felt terrifying but right, you did something unimaginable. You not only defied the ordinary forces of fear and doubt, but you also did something that the dark realms had come to rely on for centuries. You challenged their entire system. You showed them that fear, which has been their ultimate tool for control, no longer held power over you. You became something they couldn't predict, and that in itself made them stop everything to figure you out. In the spiritual realms, darkness thrives on fear. It uses it to manipulate people, to control them, to keep them from stepping into their true power. Fear is the instrument through which shadows operate, and it's also the one thing they cannot afford to lose. Fear paralyzes. It makes people question their worth, their abilities, their purpose. And in a world that is dominated by fear, very few manage to stand firm. But you, despite all odds, looked fear straight in the eye and walked past it. The forces of darkness watched as you faced each challenge, each painful moment with bravery that defied the very logic of fear. Every time you chose the hard road, the one that demanded your integrity, your principles, your heart, you further solidified your position as a force to be reckoned with. They analysed every decision you made, scrutinised every move, but no matter how hard they tried to manipulate the situation, no matter how much fear they fed into you, you stood strong. And that's when they realised something: they had underestimated you. They had miscalculated your capacity to endure. But why did they care so much? Why would the devil himself take a moment of pause for someone like you? To understand this, we must dig deeper into how the devil and his forces operate. These are not just ordinary forces, they are ancient, experienced, and they have seen thousands of souls. They've studied patterns, they've predicted behaviors, and they've manipulated countless humans throughout history. But you broke the pattern. The devil, as the leader of these dark forces, thrives on certainty. He can control, distort, and influence through his understanding of fear, temptation, and human weakness. But when someone like you emerges, someone who doesn't fall into the predictable pattern, he is forced to reevaluate everything. Your bravery disrupted the systems he's been using for thousands of years, and that's why for the first time in history, the devil had no choice but to respect you. Let me explain what happened. After your decision that night when you chose to face your greatest fear to move forward despite all the uncertainty, the forces of hell convened in a rare and unprecedented meeting. They needed to understand how someone like you could act with such bravery. They pulled all the power players into one room, Lucifer, Beelzebub, Leviathan, Mammon, and they analysed your soul as if it were a mystery they couldn't solve. And do you know what they found? They found that you are different from everyone else. You were able to see the fear, to feel it, to acknowledge it, but instead of being consumed by it, you acted anyway. That kind of bravery is foreign to them. It's something they can't replicate, and it's something they can't control. At first, they tried to undermine you. They offered you the easy way, the quick fix, money, power, relationships, all the things they knew could lure a person to compromise their integrity. But you saw right through it. You knew that what they were offering came with a price, one that would compromise your soul, and you refused. You refused not out of ignorance, but because your principles were non-negotiable. This decision, this refusal, hit them hard. It didn't just expose their tactics, it made them question their entire existence. After all, the devil thrives on the idea that every soul can be swayed, every heart can be bought, and every human can be manipulated. But you are different. You demonstrated that the dark forces have no power over someone who understands their own worth. That is the kind of bravery that rattles the very core of hell. The devil knew that if he couldn't manipulate you, he couldn't control you. And in his warped, twisted logic, that's something he could not let go of. He couldn't just let you walk away from this test unscathed. But there's something you might not know about how these forces operate. They don't just test you, they test your principles. They throw everything they can at you to see where your limits lie, to see how far they can push you before you break. And each time you stood firm, each time you refused to compromise, you proved to them that you are someone they cannot defeat. The recognition that came from hell, however, wasn't the only recognition you received. While the devil and his forces were busy strategizing on how to break you, the forces of light, the divine angels and archangels, were watching as well. And their recognition of you is far more significant than anything the forces of darkness could ever offer. It's important to understand this God's plan for you was set in motion long before you ever made that difficult decision. You weren't simply reacting to circumstances. You were fulfilling a divine calling that had been placed within you from the beginning. When you chose to act in the face of fear, it wasn't just a personal victory. It was a victory that echoed through the heavens. The archangels, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, gathered together, not in judgment but in awe. They watched as you stood tall, refusing to be broken, refusing to let the darkness dictate your path. And as they observed, something became abundantly clear to them. You were not just a human soul trying to make it through life. You were something more. You were a celestial warrior who had chosen to incarnate into this world to test the limits of your own bravery. And you passed the test with flying colours. This is why the devil is now forced to respect you. But this is also why heaven has chosen to protect you. You've earned divine protection not because of some arbitrary gift, but because you've proven that you can withstand the darkest forces this world has to offer. Heaven has recognized your courage and has promised that you will never have to fight alone again. As we move forward, I want you to understand something deeply. You're not just the sum of your struggles. You're not defined by the battles you've fought, but by how you fought them. You're defined by the choices you've made when everything else around you seemed impossible. And because of that, your bravery is not just a passing moment. It is now a permanent part of who you are, a part of your soul's essence. that transcends the earthly realm. From this point forward, you will no longer face your challenges alone. You have the full support of divine forces guiding and protecting you. You will begin to see opportunities manifest in your life, opportunities that you couldn't have anticipated. And more importantly, you will begin to inspire others to step into their own bravery just by being who you are. The devil may have tried to break you, to corrupt you, to manipulate you, but in the end, he's the one who's been defeated. And you've been chosen. Now, as we reach the end of this journey together, I want to take a moment to reflect on everything we've uncovered. The power, the bravery, the resilience that you've shown. It's not just a random series of events. This was the divine plan all along. You were never meant to just go through life like everyone else. No, you were meant to be a force for change, a beacon of hope in a world that so desperately needs it. And through your bravery, you've confirmed something remarkable. You are not just an ordinary person. You are a celestial warrior who has chosen to experience human vulnerability to prove a point, to show the world and the universe that true bravery transcends even the most extreme of circumstances. As we discussed earlier, the devil recognized your bravery, but what you may not fully comprehend yet is just how much divine recognition you've also received. It's not just that you've earned the respect of hell, you've earned the support and protection of heaven itself. You've crossed a threshold that most will never even come close to, and now you're untouchable. You're no longer fighting alone. The archangels have gathered around you, and their divine guidance will now be your constant companion. You've earned a divine right to be supported at every step, and heaven has made sure that you will never face battle without the resources to win. But more than that, your bravery is now a catalyst. It will begin to spread to those around you. Every time you step into a room, people will feel the energy you carry, the warrior frequency you now radiate. Your presence will inspire bravery in others. It's not about forcing people to act. It's about being who you are and allowing others to see what is possible when you refuse to back down. People will start making brave decisions, big and small, because they will recognize that bravery is contagious. Your life, your story, your courage will ignite a fire in others that cannot be extinguished. Now that you've fully embraced your divine mission, the path ahead is one that will not only lead you to new opportunities, but will also place you in situations where your bravery is needed most. You will find yourself in places where others are about to give up, and you will be the one who shows them how to keep going. Your strength will become the strength of those around you, and your decisions will inspire entire communities. This is not just about you, though. This is a collective awakening. The divine plan was never about a single soul, it's always been about the ripple effect. When you rise, others will rise with you. The darkness that has held so many captive for so long cannot survive when enough warriors like you step forward. And this is what is happening now. You and others like you are leading the way to a new world, one where fear no longer controls people's lives. You're part of the celestial operation that is changing the very fabric of humanity. Fear will lose its power, because you will be the living example of what happens when fear no longer dictates how we live. As you continue this journey, understand that your bravery was not an accident. It wasn't just something that happened to you because of circumstances. This bravery has always been a part of you. It's who you are at your core, and now that the world knows it, it's time for you to step into the full weight of your divine calling. The forces of darkness will try to distract you, to tempt you with shortcuts, with easy ways out, but you will always know that your true strength lies in your ability to stay aligned with your principles no matter the cost. It is this integrity, this unshakable devotion to what is right that will continue to guide you. You are no longer just living your life as a mere mortal. You're a divine agent now, and your mission has only just begun. You've been equipped with everything you need to continue moving forward, and from this moment on, you will have access to resources and protection beyond what you've ever imagined. I want you to remember one important thing as you step into your new role. Nothing that happens to you from here on out will be by chance. The universe has a purpose for your life, and that purpose has been activated in a way that is beyond comprehension. You will be placed exactly where you are needed, And those who need your bravery, your strength, and your example will find you. You will not be alone. Your angels, your guides, your spiritual warriors will be with you every step of the way. So as we conclude this chapter, I want you to embrace the truth of who you are. You're not just someone who has fought through the challenges of life. You are a celestial warrior, chosen, untouchable, and divinely supported. You've earned your place in the divine order, and now you're set to rise to even greater heights. The path ahead may not always be easy, but you are no longer afraid of the difficult roads. You are the one who walks them with purpose, with courage, and with a heart full of integrity. You will continue to lead by example, inspiring bravery in others, and showing the world what it truly means to live without fear. And with that, I leave you with this final thought. Your journey has only just begun. The battles you've faced, the trials you've endured, they have all been preparing you for what comes next. You were chosen because you have something unique, something that the world needs, and now you're ready to unleash that power not only for your own good, but for the good of everyone around you. So step forward knowing that you have the support of the universe, that you have divine protection, and that you are the warrior who will change the course of history. Keep walking your path with the same bravery that brought you here, because the best is yet to come. You are ready to rise, and the world is waiting for you. Farewell for now. For more. But remember, you are always chosen, always protected, and always destined for greatness.